Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to my little channel. Thank you so very much for joining in with me today on this gloomy Monday. But a little week ago, I did a video about I went and had a mammogram. I was supposed to have a mammogram. That was back on May 26th. Okay. When I got to my appointment, all they did was have me put on this pink little robe thing there. You know, they had women put on there, take off their clothes and put it on there. And I never had a mammogram. She just came and like touched me all over my boobs, whatever, and said everything was fine. And they ordered me to have an MRI, which I was supposed to have tomorrow, June 9th. Tuesday, June 9th. Now, when I was at work, this was last Thursday, I was at work, just minding my own business like I always do. And I got 3 pop-up messages. One on my phone, okay, through text messaging. One through my email. And another one through my chart. Okay? So I'm over here like, pow, pow, pow. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? They want to charge me $572 and some change. They wouldn't pay that money up front first before I have an MRI. And that's why I canceled that appointment. Because I was like, I went through breast cancer 5 years ago, through the whole shebang, the whole treatment. Why on earth am I paying $572 up front? I said, no, I'm not paying y'all $572 up front. Because the MRI, they said, I think the whole thing was like $3,000. But y'all want $572 up front. I ain't never paid money like that up front for a yearly anything. So I said, I don't know what's going on. So I canceled the appointment for June 9th, which is tomorrow. So I canceled it, and then I called the clinic and was like, I told them my name and everything, and I canceled my appointment. I said, well, why would y'all charge me that much money just to come in and do an MRI? I said, I didn't ask for an MRI. I just wanted my regular breast exam I've been getting since the age of 40. Okay? She was like, well, things change and this and that and that. And she said, well, who billed you? I said, you guys billed me. So she gave me this whole rigmarole about something and the other. Then she said it was some kind of recommendation under the medical something for women who have dense breast tissue to start getting MRIs. So I was like, okay, but nobody sent me nothing. I didn't know nothing about this. I think I could go in and get my boobs squeezed. Everything be okay. And I can just move on with life like I've been doing, So I canceled the appointment. Now, they called me back today. And she asked me the same question. And she said, Denise, she said, who billed you? And I said, you guys. Then she said, well, I think we billed you because some people don't have medical insurance. So I'm over here like, okay, I got copies of my medical card. I show it every time I come in. And then, 2, she said, a lot of these doctors and clinics, whatever, to make sure they get their money. I was like, but y'all gonna get the money from the insurance company. I'm not paying for this up front. I was like, this don't make no sense. She said it was a mistake. And I said, I knew something was not right. I've never paid. I had MRIs before. I never paid anything up front. She said, well, yeah, again, she said it was recommended by the MR something, whatever, medical board or whatever, that women that has dense breast tissue to get MRIs now. Now, a coworker of mine who went through breast cancer 2 years ago, she told me now she gets both. She get an MRI once a year, and then she goes back 6 months later and she'll get the regular breast exam, the 3D or 4D scan. I said, see, they didn't do that to me. They didn't even scan me when I went there on May 26th. Okay? All she did was put me on the table with that pink robe on, felt. Everything looked good. So I was like, what is she talking about? I guess she's talking about last year's results. Because I said, I like to get my stuff looked at every year. Like I've been doing for 15 years, So, I don't know. She said that's going to be some kind of new recommendation from this medical board or whatever, of America or whatever, that women that has dense breast tissue to start getting MRIs. Because before, when you was getting a regular breast exam, they wanted you to get a 3D or a 4D. Because with my insurance, it was $90 extra. Then they passed some kind of law or something saying, no, women shouldn't have to pay $90 extra for their health. Let them go ahead and get the 3D or the 4D. So, cool. Start getting that. Been getting that now for about 4 or 5 years. Now, we got to start getting MRIs for dense breast tissue. And I was like, nobody told me nothing. I thought I was going to come in for a regular breast exam. I'm 3D or 4D like I've been getting since the age of 40. And now it's something totally different now. So I'm like, come on, y'all make up your minds. I just want to get my breast looked at. Make sure everything is everything. I thank God I don't feel anything. But just make sure ain't nothing brewing, nothing new brewing nowhere. I don't need no more issues, okay? Lord, no, I don't need no more issues, okay? So, yeah, it's a lot. So just if you're going for a breast exam this year, and if the doctors previously told you that you had dense breast tissue, which is probably about 80-90% of women, that now they're going to start scheduling you for MRIs with and without contrast. That's what I was saying on my video last week, because I was like, okay, I'm going to do this, get it out the way, whatever, but I canceled that appointment like, I'm not giving y'all no $572 and no change for something that I've already, I didn't know I had to do, but something I already been through. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, what's going on here? I'm like, come on now, you know. It's always something. I tell you the truth. Oh my God. Just still, women, keep up with your mammograms. Even if it's an MRI, check with your insurance company. Do not pay anything up front first. Okay? Because I was like, even the nurse was like, don't give him anything. She said that was our mistake. I said, yeah, I knew something was wrong because I've never paid any money for MRI or MR anything up front, especially almost $600. Because a few years ago, I talked to y'all about my colonoscopy I had done back in 2022. They tried to charge me $600 for that up front. And I was like, what? No, y'all not doing this to me. Because when I first was diagnosed with the breast cancer back in February of 2021, the first thing my doctor was saying, oh, it's time for you to get a colonoscopy soon. And at this time, I was 49 years old. And I was like, I said, no, I told my doctor straight up, let me get through this cancer treatment and heal from that first before I have a colonoscopy, before I have somebody going in my butt, okay? And she started laughing. I'm my ass. I'm not laughing at you. I don't want all this poking and prodding. I was poking enough, but I had to port in my chest. And then COVID was still running rampant real, I had to keep getting COVID shots and COVID tests and blood draws and needle pricks in my fingers. Now y'all want somebody to go on my behind. Let me heal from the cancer treatments first, please, before I go get a colonoscopy. And I finally had a colonoscopy May of 2022. They told me I can come back in 5 or 10 years because they said 5 years because since I had the breast cancer, they said anybody who had any kind of cancer, whether it was grade 0 or grade 4 or 5, whatever, stage 4 or 5, they want you to come back, totally up to you, in 5 years for another colonoscopy. And he said 10 years because there was nothing there. I was good. So he said it's totally up to me if I'm going to come back in 5 years, which will be next year, or in 10 years. So so what I was going to do, I'm going to go ahead and come back next year and do it again, because that'd be my 5 years. From 2022 to 2027, that'd be 5 years. So I'm going to go ahead and schedule it for May of 2027. That'd be 5 years. Because I want to keep my health up on game as possible, much as possible, nice as I can. I'm trying to do everything I possibly can, whatever, to keep my health together, okay? Yeah, that's what we have to do as women, okay? As humans. Okay, I love myself too much, and I put my body been through so much, and I just don't want nothing else to fail on this body, okay? I want to go through no other bull crap. I just don't. So, but on another serious note, there was a horrible homicide just last week here in my city. A young lady, they call her name was they call her Allie. Okay, she served me one time about a little month ago at this restaurant. She was a guy she was dating for only 2 months. Her friend said she saw red flags in this guy and left the guy alone. He came to her job and stabbed her in the back and killed her instantly, and she bled out. She left behind 2 small kids, aged, I believe, 4 and 8. Then, when was this? Yesterday? Saturday. I know it was over the weekend. Another young man kidnapped his girlfriend. She wouldn't be bothered with him anymore. So he kidnapped, I guess, the ex-girlfriend at gunpoint, put her in the car, and was trying to threaten her with the gun and said he would take her somewhere, just a quiet place to go kill her. Then they got him. They rescued her, got him. He in court acting a fool. We saw him on TV acting a plum fool. He came in there in a wheelchair acting a plum ass fool. I'm telling y'all, ladies, when I say these men are crashing the fuck out, they are crashing the fuck out. We can't go nowhere. We can't do anything. They just would not leave us the fuck alone. These men are crazy. They know who they are. It's some great men out here. I'm not talking about all men. Okay, we know it ain't all men out here. We know it's the majority of these motherfuckers out here crashing out. They would not leave women alone. So ladies, if you see one red flag, be done. That young lady, she was smart. She was done. But he came to a job and killed her in front of all her co-workers. Me and my husband went there last week, and I took this photo of the flowers and stuff like that they had. They closed the place down for business for a day because that was heartbreaking. She was just a young, 27, and life is already over, and she left behind 2 babies that's going to grow up without a mother because, you know, this fool who had a lengthy criminal history. Your county, look at your county website. If your county don't have a website, Google these people, okay? Google these men to find out their criminal histories, okay? Get their first and last names. If they have a common name, get their first, middle, and last names, okay? If his name is Tyrone Smith or John Smith, get his whole everything, date of birth and everything. Google these some bitches to make sure they ain't got nothing on them. Because that fool that killed the 27-year-old, he had a lengthy criminal history. We got a woman right now who's about ready to sue the city because her husband was killed last year by some fool who broke off his ankle monitor. He had a warrant for his arrest for assault with somebody else, and the cops like they weren't even looking for him. He broke off his ankle monitor and he killed that woman's husband. Now she's suing the city. I don't blame her. We getting tired of these criminals walking around here willy-nilly like it ain't nothing, but then somebody gonna get hurt or worse, killed because these criminals are walking around here just mad at the world because they fucked their lives up. They fucked their lives up. Now they mad at the next person. They try to find a woman to lay up with, got her own apartment, got her own place to stay, because he think he gonna move in, lay up with you. Watch these men when they slowly want to move in, they shaving cream, toothbrush, leaving drawers on the fucking floor, leaving drawers hanging off the doorknob and shit like that. Watch out. That's him slowly moving in your shit. Watch out for that. I always say, no man on the face of this planet ain't gonna be that good in bed. Your money could ever buy me. Okay? My peace and safety come before any man's money, any man's penis, all that stuff. My safety and my peace comes way before that. Safety and peace should be free. Especially your peace should be free. It shouldn't cost you a dime. But letting somebody in your space, that can cost you your life. Somebody who come and just ruffle your feathers or whatever, this and that. Like I said, men know how to get at a woman. You know what I'm saying? Because they know women, we like cute purses and perfume and clothes and our hair done, our nails done. I do all that shit myself. I'm a married woman. I don't even want my husband doing that shit. I buy my own shit. You hear me? I don't care how that sound to anybody. Okay? I never wanted a man to do all that stuff for me. Because when a man buy you something, especially something expensive, you think he now owns you. No, I buy my own stuff, okay? So a man, he'll hit you once. Trust me, he gonna hit you again. He hit you twice. He gonna hit you a 5th time. How many times he gonna say, I'm sorry, baby? Let me buy you this Louis Vuitton. I'm sorry, baby. Let me buy you this outfit. Let me get your hair done, your nails done. Let's take a trip somewhere. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. Let me pay your car note for the next 5 months or whatever it is. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. Let me get these tickets for this play. And let's go to this jet and fly somewhere, whatever this and that. No. And some women be falling for that shit. I ain't gonna do next thing you know, your teeth gone. Your nose sitting over this mug like this. Your nose over here. You got your eyes closed. You black over here. Busted lip, broken jaw. But you got a bad purse in your arm. Your hair is done, your nails is done, but your face is all tore up. Or your back is all bruised up. Or something on your jaw or something is broken or whatever. This, that. Because you want to stay with him because he's buying you. It ain't that deep. Get away from him, please. It's not worth it, ladies. It's not worth it. Don't let his money buy your peace. Because you would never have peace with that piece of shit. You would never have peace, okay? Never. Okay? I always say I'm about human rights. And especially for women, because I watched my mama go through the bullshit with my father. And my mother, she left my father. He harassed her for years until she threatened to unalive his big ass. And that's when he left. Oh, you crazy. Oh, now my mama crazy because she threatened to put you under 6 feet. That's how it is. Men have to gaslight you into thinking something wrong with you when there's something wrong with them. I always talk about projection and deflection. And these guys would gaslight you, they would deflect the whole thing. I always know when a man accuses you of cheating, really it's his ass cheating. He just trying to deflect all that shit on you to have a reason to hate your damn guts and a reason to be mad at you so he can put his hands on you. And when you dependent on a man, child, I'm sorry, I can't do it, okay? Everything about me, I got on my own. My own merit, my own money, my own back, my own sweat, my own blood, my own tears. I don't depend on a man for nothing. I learned that from the women in my family. From my grandmother to my aunts, to my mother, to my sisters. We all learn from each other. I learned I don't depend on a man for nothing. You understand me? Okay? Women out here having 6, 7, 8, 9 kids, back 6, 7, 8, 9 motherfuckers. No, I got one child. She's a grown woman. She'll be 36 years old this year. I dealt with one man, got pregnant one time, had a child with one man. After dealing with him, I said, I don't want no more. I don't want no more kids. I don't want to deal with that kind of nonsense with these fucking men. I don't have the time in my life for it. I do not. Okay? I just cannot deal with that. Life is too short and it's too precious to deal with nonsense and bullshit from anybody. I'm not sitting here saying that women are clean cut and shit. No, it's a lot of crazy ass women out here too. But I'm talking to the women who are in these kind of relationships with these men, and they just with these men to help pay bills, or somebody watch their kids, or I don't know what the issue is. But these men out here are crashing out. They are. As I told my husband, they've been in the news. Men killing women has been in the news now for at least all year. It's been in the news for years. But I'm saying it's been heavy, like all this year. It's been heavy. Every day I turn the news on, or if I read the internet, that's all I hear is men unaliving women left and right. The very person that says they love you, no, they don't. A lot of men want to be loved, but they don't want to reciprocate that same love. They want everybody to love them and hang on their little nuts. But then they don't want to return that same love. You can't put your hands on somebody and say you love them. You can't mistreat that woman and say you love her, because no, the fuck you don't. You don't. That's not love. That's hate. I would tell anybody, if that's love, then hate my fucking guts and leave me alone. Please. If putting your hands on me, calling me out my name, all that bullshit, if that's how you show love, do me a solid, yo. Do the opposite. Hate my guts and leave me the fuck alone. On that note, I'm going to get ready for a Tuesday. I'm supposed to be in the doctor's office tomorrow, but I ain't going. But they're going to call me to reschedule for this MRI that I am not paying for. Now everything going to be free on my part, okay, child? Because Denise wasn't paying for all that there. No. But anyway, You guys, lay low. Stay vigilant. Stay woke. Woke is not a political word. Stay woke, which means keep your head on swivel. Stay aware. Okay? God bless you. Stay out the way. And I will get back with y'all in my next video. See y'all then.